So for our class today, a lot of our working time is 1.5 minutes. And then we'll have 1 to 2 minutes in between to kind of recover, but we're going to do it as a kind of active recovery. So we'll be doing marches, different kinds of side steps. And when we're in those work periods, you should be working at about like 50 to 80% work capacity. So we're not pushing all out for the 1 minute. It's going to be a nice, consistent pace throughout. So we'll go through and we'll do just a quick little warm up. We're going to start off with some body weight squats. So we'll come down, drop the hips back. If you can, sink into a nice deep squat. Pause for a second at the bottom. And then come up and push through the hips. And then we'll add on to it just a little bit. So on this next one, as we come down, fingertips are going to touch the floor. And then as we come up, we're going to pop up onto our toes and extend the arms straight up overhead. Good, let's do one more here. Good, so let's drop the arms down. We'll move into a little hip series. Let's start by planting the left foot. Take the right knee up to the center. Swing it out wide and down. Good, now let's reverse that. So we'll take our right foot out wide, pick it up and over, back to the center. Good, we'll go one more here. All right, planting the right foot, moving over to the other side, left knee up to the center, swinging it out wide and down. Okay, let's go left foot out wide, back to the center, making sure to get that knee up nice and high. Good, last one. All right, taking it into our upper body, we'll do some nice big arm circles forward. We'll loosen up the shoulders. Good, and reverse, big arm circles backwards. And dropping the arms down, we'll take it into just our shoulders. So we'll do a shoulder shrug up towards our ears, pull them back behind, and then all the way down. Last one. All right, last one in our warm-up, we're gonna do some knee hugs. So planting our left foot once again. Taking our hands underneath our right thigh or just below the knee. We're gonna pull that knee up towards our chest. Pause for a second here. Drop it down and switch over to the other side. And we'll go one more each side. Good, let's grab a quick sip of water. All right, so our circuit today, we're gonna go through 3 times. And it's gonna be all body weight exercises. I'll tell you what's coming up as we go through that first circuit, and then you'll know what to expect for the other 2 circuits. So our first exercise, we're gonna be working for a minute. We're gonna take our hands up next to our shoulders, so it should form a nice little W. We're gonna come down into a squat. Then as we come up out of that squat, like we did in our warm-up, we're very similar. We're gonna slide our arms straight up overhead. Then we're gonna pull down back into that W, drop into a squat. So we have a minute here, remembering to work at a 50 to 80% capacity. We go in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Drop the hips back, making sure to keep our chest up. And as we come up, 1 fluid motion, slide the arms straight up overhead, out of that W, and then we pull it down towards our shoulders. Good, so just for reference, we're about halfway through this one. Good. 15 seconds left, and then we're gonna take it into a march for 1 minute. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. So this is gonna be our active recovery. We're just gonna take it into a march. So getting our knees up nice and high, at least thighs parallel to the floor. This one you can go as slow or as fast as you'd like. But again, it is our recovery. We want to focus on staying nice and light on the balls of our feet and making sure we keep our arms swinging, cores engaged. Good, we still have 20 seconds here, but I'm going to demonstrate the next exercise. It's a side step touch. We start with feet together, step out, opposite hand comes down, touches the inside of our foot, feet come back together, we switch over to the other side. We start those in 3, 2, and 1, feet together, step out, opposite hand comes down, touch the toe, back together, other side. This one we're working for 2 minutes. I'm taking one hand up into the air to kind of get a nice rotation in there. If it feels like it's too much, you can always keep that hand tucked in towards your shoulder. Good, keep working. We're almost halfway through this one. After this round, we're back into that 1 minute march that we did before. Good, last 30 seconds here. $15 seconds. Last 10. Good, we're back in that march in 5, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to the center of our mat, going right into that march to recover. And then our next one up is going to be a slow and controlled roll up. It's actually a Pilates move. So while we're marching, I'll come down and I'll demonstrate. We're going to be flat on the floor on our backs, arms extended overhead. We're going to roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Fingertips come forward to reach for the toes. And then we roll back nice and slow, 1 vertebrae at a time, arms go back overhead. In 20 seconds. So let's keep that march going. We'll come down to the floor in about 10 seconds. Then we're doing those slow and controlled roll-ups for 1.5 minutes. Let's go down to the floor in 3, 2, and 1. Let's make our way down. Again, we're going to be on our back. Arms are going to be up overhead. Let's pull our belly button in towards our spine. Tighten up our core when we roll up. And we reach for our toes, keeping our core engaged, belly button pulled in. We roll back nice and slow, arms are straight. All the way down, bring those arms back up towards our ears, reset. And again, we're here for 1.5 minutes. We're about 1/3 of the way through. When you're slowly lowering back down, really fight those last couple movements before the floor. You got 30 seconds here. And we're down to 10 seconds. And then we'll make our way back up to our standing for our recovery. We have 3, 2, and 1. Good, let's make our way back to standing. Our recovery is a 1-minute version of a side step. We're gonna go side step forward for 3, and then we'll side step backwards or march backwards for 3. 1 minute, here we go. Side step for 3, forward, pause, back, 2, 3. Making sure it keeps a little bit of a bend in our knee the whole time. Then after this, we have 2 more exercises, and that will be the end of round 1 with 2 more rounds left to go. "15 seconds. Our next one up is going to be a reverse lunge with a twist. So we'll start with both feet together. We're going to step 1 foot back, bend at both knees, and then we're going to twist in towards that leg that's in front. Bring it back to center, come back, and we switch sides. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. We have 1 minute here. Step 1 foot back, bend at both knees. You can either stay here in that reverse lunge or add on that twist like I mentioned in the demonstration. So like I said, we're working for 1 minute here. We're not going to have a recovery minute afterwards. We're going to drop down to the floor and hold a 30-second plank, and that will finish out round 1. "20 seconds. Down to 10. 5, 3, 2, 1. Good, let's bring it down to the floor. We're gonna do a 30-second forearm plank. So shoulders are gonna be, our elbows are gonna be underneath our shoulders. We're gonna pop up onto our toes and hold here for 30 seconds, or to modifiably drop it down to your knees. All right, last one in this round. We go in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Take a nice flat back. No hip hiking. No hips dropping. Should be parallel to the floor. Yeah, 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Drop the knees down. We'll grab another water break before we start round 2. All right, started round 2, we're back to the top. Hands up next to the shoulders, keeping them there as we go down into the squat. Then we slide straight up overhead. We start round 2 in 3, 2, and 1. 1 minute of work time here. As you slide those arms straight up, think about keeping them back, so when we slide them up, our arms should be right next to our ears. Halfway through. Good, 15 seconds left. In 10 seconds, we're back in the march. 5, 3, 2, 1. Drop the arms down. Moving right into that march, our active recovery. Core should still feel engaged. Here for 35 more seconds. And then we have our longest one. We have our side step with the opposite hand to foot touch. Fifteen seconds. Good, we're switching in 5, 3, 2, and 1. Both feet together. One foot steps out. Opposite hand comes down, touch the floor. Bring it back in. Other side. So in this one, I want you to think about sticking your hips back behind you. Very similar to a windmill exercise. So think hips back, maintaining just a little bit of a bend in our knees. Good, we're halfway through. Keep working, we have 35 seconds. And then in 20 seconds, we go back to our march. Five, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to center, tighten up our core, pull those knees up. Focus on slowing your breath down. Taking some nice deep breaths in and out. In 30 seconds, we're back on the ground for those slow roll-ups. Fifteen seconds left here. 5, 3, 1. Good, let's bring it down to the floor. On your back, legs are straight, rolling up nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time. Minute and a half here, in 3, 2, and 1. Nice and slow. Keep those shoulders pulled down away from your ears. Again, arms are straight. Heels should be into the floor, nice and slow. And then the arms come back up overhead. Third of the way through. Good. We have 30 seconds left. We'll make our way back to standing for our side steps forward and back. Fifteen seconds. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Making our way back to standing. Our 1-minute recovery. We have our side steps forward and back. Here we go. 3 forward, 2, 3, back, 2, and 3. Again, we're here for 1 minute. Thirty seconds left. Down to 15. Then we're moving into our reverse lunges with that optional twist towards the front leg. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Coming back to center. Reverse lunge back. Bend at both knees. Twist towards the front. Nice and controlled. Making sure upper body stays up. Our chest is up. We're not caving into that front leg. We're more than halfway through, about 20 seconds left here. Then we have our plank. Less than 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's bring it down to the floor. Getting ready for our plank. You want to mix it up a little bit this time? You can try an extended plank where our arms are straight. You can go in 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to come down to that forearm plank. Hold for 30. Again, if you need a modification, just drop the knees down to the floor. But maintain that flat back. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Drop the knees down. We'll grab another water break. We have that circuit one more time through, and then we'll end class with a little bit of stretching. It's a cool down. All right, last round. Starting off again with our squat. The overhead press. We go again, round 3 in 5, 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. 1 minute here. One continuous movement out of that squat. I know our arms might be starting to get a little bit tired, but don't let them fall forward. "20 seconds. Last 10. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Drop the arms down, take it out. Moving into that march for 1 minute. Nice deep breaths. We're halfway through our recovery. Then we move into our side step touch. "15 seconds. Switching in 5, 3, 2, 1. Feet come down to the floor. Right foot out first, the left arm comes down. Nice job, keep working. We have just over a minute left. Good, 45 seconds. Down to 30, we're almost through it. And then we move back into that march for the last time. Less than 10. We have 5, 3, 2, and 1. Good, bringing it to a march for me. Next one up after our march is our roll-ups where we're on the floor. We have 30 seconds left here. We're down on the floor in 15 seconds. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Good, let's bring it down. Last time with our roll-ups, arms up overhead, roll up nice and slow. In 3, 2, and 1. Minute and a half, here we go. Keep that belly button pulled in, core is engaged. If you touch your stomach on the way back down, which will feel hard, you'll feel engaged. Halfway through here. Thirty seconds. Good, 15 seconds left. We have our side steps forward and back next. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Good, let's bring it back up to standing. Moving right into our side steps. Forward, 2, 3, back, 2, and 3. We have a minute and a half of work left in class after this. Less than 30 seconds here. $15. Then we have our reverse lunge with that twist. In 5, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse lunge with a twist. Alternating sides. Halfway through, 30 seconds. Nice job, keep working. 15 seconds left. Then we end with our 30-second plank. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring it down to the floor. Forearm plank. Or I threw out that option last time. If you want to do a fully extended plank. Last 30 seconds of work, getting ready to go. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Ten seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's drop the knees down. We'll swing our feet around. Whew. Grab some water if you need it. We'll move into a couple stretches to wrap up class. All right, we'll start sitting. We're going to take it into a butterfly stretch. So we'll slide our heels in towards us, sitting up nice and tall. Hands come to the outside of our feet. We're going to try to let our knees drop down towards the floor. Good. Let's keep our right foot in, left leg goes out straight. Good. Slide the left foot in, switch over to the other side, right leg goes straight. And then we'll slide both legs out straight, shake the legs out just a little bit. Sitting up nice and tall on our sit bones. I'm going to take our arms, reach them up and around, straight up overhead, reach up towards the ceiling. And we're going to fold forward at our waist, drop the hands down, either on your toes, or they'll fall down onto your shins. Good, let's do that one more time. So arms come out to the side, reach up overhead, and then they'll fall forward, drop them down. Okay, release the arms, we'll make our way up to standing. A couple more stretches. We'll go right arm across the body. The left is going to hook up and underneath. We're going to pull our right arm in towards our chest. While we're at it, we're going to take our right toes up to the floor. Just kind of twirl our ankle around and our toes around. And release, shake it out, other side. Left arm across, right hooks up and underneath. Left side twirls. Good, release the arms, shake it out. Let's go from here, feet hip to shoulder width. We'll take our arms again, reach them up and around, straight up towards the ceiling. And then we're gonna swan dive, sink the hips back, hands come down to the floor. Should be feeling a pretty good stretch through our hamstrings, even down into our calves. Let's round our back from here. Roll up nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time. Ending with our shoulders, so we'll pull our shoulders up towards our ears, back, behind, and down. Let's do that one again. So arms come up out to the side, reach, lengthen the spine. Drop the arms down, hips go back, hands come down to the floor. Take a nice deep breath here. Then we'll round the back, again, nice and slow. And with our shoulders, And then the last stretch we'll end with is a quad stretch. So if you need to grab onto something for support, it's going to be a single leg exercise. So let's start by planting our left leg. We're going to take our right heel up towards our right glute. We're going to pull our heel in towards our hip. And I also want you to think about pushing through the front of your right hip and keeping your legs in line with each other. Good, drop that right side, little shake, move over to the left, play up the right foot, left heel, comes back and behind. Again, we're pushing through the front of the left hip, keeping our legs in line with each other. Good, we'll drop that left side. Great job today. Thank you so much for joining me this morning.